Right, so Apple has officially announced the iPhone 15 event. We are 2 weeks away, so let's delve into details regarding colors, a fancy new Ultra moniker, new cables, because yes, we now have leaks about cables, and also we have news about higher prices to round it off. So yeah, let's delve into it. Let's get this new wire out of the way because I care so little about this if I'm being honest. If you didn't know, literally the only thing left in iPhone boxes today is of course a single wire, and this wire is about to get a massive upgrade with the iPhone 15 series. And by the way, would like to remind you guys, like this video and subscribe for more content like this, it would be appreciated. We obviously know that this year's iPhone's getting USB-C, so surprise, surprise, this will now have USB-C on both sides. Who'd have expected this? What a crazy upgrade. But that's not all guys, because Apple's also going to give us color matched wires with the iPhone 15 range. We have actual design verification test samples. And well, these certainly look like some pretty thick cables that are multicolored, and the icing on top is the fact they're also braided. The actual USB-C ports on both ends are still going to be white or black depending on the color you get, and there's also strain relief tubes, and if you're wondering what the heck that is, it's this part. I wasn't even aware that had a name, but anyways, I guess you learn something new every day. Now this is basically what Apple did with the MacBooks, so it makes sense the iPhone's gonna follow suit. But guys, there's more because Apple's giving us another life-changing update, and that's longer wires. Yes, it's increasing in size. It's going from 1 to 1.5 meters. Wow, that's some bleeding edge technology Apple's giving us. Okay, I can't lie, that's pretty cool, and I can now fix my iPhone's horrible battery life by keeping it plugged in 24/7 with my insanely long wire. Moving on, there's another aspect to these images I want to talk about, and it's actually our next topic, which is colors. I know people probably couldn't care less about some new shades on iPhones, but I obsess way too much about new colors, and we have some pretty interesting details. So in the past, we've heard the iPhone 15 and 15 Plus will come in pink, blue, green, maybe a yellow, and of course the usual midnight starlight rubbish, and also product reds. However, it seems Apple's changed their plans. These wires and also the information we get from credible sources like Unknowns21 does suggest we're getting midnight starlight, yellow, blue, and coral. Now, I'm pretty happy coral is supposedly back. That was a great shade on the 10R, and I love myself some orangey shades. But where is product red? Do you remember guys, this has basically been a staple of the iPhone range since 2016, and so I highly doubt Apple's gonna get rid of it. They have such a tight partnership with product red and have been giving us red products for decades. So yes, I'm a little confused about this, though yes, I know there is a chance the red becomes a spring release instead, because both the red iPhone 7 and 8 launched in March, so maybe we see that happen for the 15 series. And actually, that would line up with some of the initial rumors regarding the red iPhone 15 Pro that of course is also absent in new leaks, so I guess we could see red versions of both the regular and Pro models around March or April time. Although guys, at the end of the day, I'm just glad there's still evidence of a blue 15, because if it looks anything like the 10R blue as has been rumored, I might be stupid and buy that on day one, even though I don't need it. I have a 14 Pro Max, but that blue looks so good. Now enough about the regular models, let's talk about the Pro models for the Pro consumers who clearly push their devices by doom scrolling on Twitter. Now, as we've heard for months at this point, we have even more confirmation that yes, we're getting substantial price increases with this year's Pro models. But what they tell us is a pretty safe bet. They believe the iPhone 15 Pro is going to be $1099 to $1199, and the Pro Max could be somewhere between $1199 to $1299. Now, I personally see Apple giving us $100 price increases. I don't think Apple could get away with anything more than that. And also remember the 256 gig 14 Pro is $1099, so technically there is no price increase. Technically. Digitimes then points out the obvious and says that sales of the Pro models could drop from 83 million units to 77 million units. I wonder why that's the case. Oh wait, I forgot that when you charge high prices for phones that basically do the same things as last year's phones, people are not going to be very happy. So yeah, that, and also the fact inflation is kinda at a ridiculous level right now are the reasons why demand could be low for the 15 series. And even with Apple's earnings from this quarter, we are seeing demand for iPhones slowing down overall, and this makes sense because, surprise, surprise, the market has matured, guys. And while consumers are no longer going to be rushing out on day one to buy new phones that have slightly thinner bezels, it's going to be very hard for Timothy to push consumers to buy new phones when the improvements are marginal at best. I mean, we were just talking about colorful wires for the 15 series, and that's supposed to be a big upgrade. So yeah, that perfectly illustrates how we've kinda hit peak smartphone. This is why Apple's slowly becoming a services company, because they want that juicy recurring revenue, and you just know Timothy's gonna force you to subscribe to Apple TV Plus, iCloud Plus, News Plus, and all the other pluses. I do want to say though, Bloomberg actually believes demand's going to be on par with the 14 series, and could even be better if there are no production hurdles. Remember, back around Christmas time there were major delays for iPhone 14 Pro because Foxconn's factories had temporarily shut down, and so many children around the world could not buy their 1TB iPhone 14 Pro Max. It just brings a tear to my eye, but anyways, just for those poor kids, I'm hoping there are no shutdowns. Since remember guys, delays are never a good thing for a matured product category like smartphones, because Apple kind of relies on you making an impulse purchase. Even if you regret upgrading a few weeks later, Apple does not care because they've already made the big bucks, and you're likely going to continue using that iPhone anyways. But of course, when you have to wait 2 or 3 weeks to get a new iPhone, there is a chance you take a step back, be rational, and decide, hey, I actually don't need this. Why am I paying hundreds of dollars more to get a phone with slightly thinner bezels? And boom, you just saved yourself some cash, but of course, that's gonna make Tim very angry. So I'm sure he's going to be focused on production going smoothly for the 15 series. Anyways, it seems Apple has a master plan for consumers to accept the price increases with the Pro models, and that of course is using some good old marketing magic. We had heard earlier in the year that Apple's going to kill the Pro Max moniker and replace it with an Ultra moniker instead, similar to the Apple Watch. And while that once again has appeared in the rumor mill, Apple insiders Andrew O'Hara says this, they don't have much of a track record, so do take this with a grain of salt, but I would 100% be down for this, because I hate Pro Max with a passion. It always sounded pretty stupid, and so I much prefer Ultra instead, and it makes sense to use it for the bigger Pro because this year this phone's not only offering a bigger display and battery, but also of course the periscope lens the regular Pro won't include. Also, I want to mention that TrendForce did say that we could see a $200 price difference between the two Pro sizes, and there is no way Apple could easily get away with that when they've only been charging $100 more for the bigger size since 2018. But hey, if they call it Ultra, it's no longer a price increase because it's technically a new product line. That would be some big brain strats, and shout out to iCave Dave for mentioning this on Twitter. I can totally see Apple doing this, and it's probably their best bet at getting away with a major price increase without pissing off too many consumers. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this, and thank you for watching.